Hey guys, it's Jen from Beauty and today we are going to use a bunch of new stuff in a Get Ready With Me, so talk about what we're using. The first thing is this Marshmallow Blender from NYX. When it's dry, it would fit in this little box, but it's not. It's wet now. I don't know, I have a thing for marshmallows, and now I hear like the primer's really good, but it's like 16 bucks or some crap. So we're gonna try this, although I do have my Wet n Wild sponge here just in case I hate this, because I usually know when I like a sponge pretty fast, and since this is a very strange shape, I might hate it. We also have the new Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. This claims to be the one silicone-free primer that does it all. Mattifies, which I don't love, but it also says it hydrates, but it's silicone-free, which I do love. Blurs pores, preps skin for lasting makeup, silicone-free. So we're gonna see about this. I don't see any particularly scary ingredients right off the bat. What I usually look for is like the bad alcohols. There's good and there's bad. The bad is like simple alcohols, like alcohol denature, denat, whatever, and like a bunch more. But those are the things that like I usually look for when I look at the ingredients. I'm not a chemist. I don't know what these other ingredients are, but alcohol is usually the big thing that I look for. Anyway, the next is the new Ordinary Concealer. High coverage, full coverage. This also has no alcohol in it, and it's actually free of like a lot of things that it said on the website. I got two shades. I got 2.0 YG, which is light medium with a yellow undertone, and then I got 2.0 N light medium neutral. I kind of went by what like foundation I used to use, which was basically this one. So I just figured I'd rather it be the same tone as my foundation, so whatever. Hopefully these are okay. The next is 10 Pan New Color Icon palette from Wet n Wild. I have a highlighter from Physicians Formula, and I think that's it. So let's get into it. All right, I'm going in and prime my eyes with the KVD Vegan Beauty Shake Primer. I love this. I already have a backup. Okay, so here's the palette up close. I have the, oh no, I ripped off the, I'll write on the screen which one this is. I love this color story, but I'm a little annoyed that these three are just very similar, a little too similar in like shade lightness, like depth. Particularly, I wish like maybe this one was a shade or two lighter. And you know, take away some of these friggin' shimmers. I'm gonna start with this in my crease. I've had really good luck with other color icon palettes in the past, so I'm hoping this is just as good as those. I don't really have too much of a choice of where we're going with this, so I'm gonna go in with this next and put this in the crease as well. It's layering actually pretty nicely. At first it looked like it was going to like be spotty how colors sometimes don't layer with each other, but it's not the case. I'm gonna swatch two of these. I've always had an issue with their metallics. That is gorgeous. This one, I love, but I mean, actually this one's gorgeous. I'm putting this one on with my finger towards my inner corner. Oh. It's like that wet kind of metallic looking metallic. I mean, it's not the best metallic ever by any means at all. That first one that I swatched was amazing. It's a little lackluster once I transfer it, but it's pretty. I wish it was like, I wish this was like this. Yeah, unfortunately, the more I rub this shade with my finger, like it feels like it's almost like getting a layer of hard pan. The eyes came out nice so far. So good. Like I said, nice palette. I wish the ratio was switched. I wish there were 6 mattes and 4 metallics instead of 6 metallics and 4 mattes. That kind of seems silly to me. The mattes are gorgeous. They blended great. They had great pigment. Okay, now we're gonna put on the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. I just took the little stopper off, and I mean, it definitely looks like silicone. So I never use primers like this. Oh, it actually feels like, slightly cooling. It almost kind of feels like a moisturizer, and it feels very wet. I don't know how that's possible, but interesting. This is very unexpected. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like $5 or $6. The matte thing threw me, but the rest of it sounded really good, so. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Stila what the hell is this? Hide and Chic Fluid, which is one of my favorite foundations. It's not overly dewy, but it's not super matte or anything like that. It's like a nice kind of medium natural finish. So I thought it'd be a good way to see if this is any good. I normally mix, I have been mixing the C.R.E.A.M Glow Dust with it, but I'm gonna skip that because I wanna see how this will work on its own with this. Oh no, ugh, that sucks. The sponge already has like a crack in it. That sucks. All right, so I'm assuming you just kind of go in like this. It feels nice, it feels soft. It's not leaving like a circle mark, which is what I was kind of scared of when I initially opened it. Like there's not a particularly sharp edge that's leaving any marks on me that I can see. It does kind of feel like it's soaking up a bit of my product though. My Wet n Wild is, you know what it is? It's probably because it's so dense. My Wet n Wild is almost like an open kind of material, if that makes sense. And it doesn't really soak anything up. Oh yeah, there are the circles. This would probably be a really good kind of summer primer. So it does leave a little bit of those marks, but as long as you go in fast enough to like buff them out, it's not too bad. It does actually feel like it's soaking up a good bit of this because I normally the amount that I had on my plate was more than enough. It is a really nice feeling sponge though. There's literally no way I can use this for concealer, so I'm not even gonna try. Or honestly bronzer. I mean, I probably could go like this, but this would be too much of a pain in the ass. But I mean, sponge-wise, it does look really nice. Even as far as the primer goes, my foundation's sitting really, really nice with it. Like nothing's dry or anything like that. So let's try our concealers now. Oh, weird. Really weird. Okay. This is the 2.0 and this is the 2.0 YG, which is like the yellow base. What? That is nuts. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of oxidation going on with the neutral, but that is like tan. That is no, wow, okay. All right, so obviously I'll be using the 2.0N, and I'm actually, maybe I'll try this as like a little bit of contour, sure. And I'm actually gonna use my Wet n Wild for this part, and I do have lines, wrinkles, all that great stuff under my eyes, so I'm fully expecting you still see all that kind of stuff. Definitely brightening. The color's okay. And I don't use a ton of concealer under my eyes. Less is more, especially when you have wrinkles. The more you put there, the more pronounced those wrinkles are gonna be. So before you say, you didn't use enough, I didn't want to use too much. That was what everybody like cried foul in my Jeffree Star concealer video. They were like, you didn't use enough. I'm like, listen, 20-year-old. When you get older, you're gonna understand this. For now, shut up. No offense to other 20-year-olds. Now it's definitely a drier formula, but I wouldn't say it's making my under eye look dry. That makes sense. At least I don't think it is. This is my dominantly wrinkly lined under eye. I always have more lines onto the side. But I mean, it's actually really nice. I'm gonna put like a little bit of this for contour, the darker one, to see if it works, because then cool, I have a cream contour. It's gonna be very, very subtle, and that's fine. And you know what? This kind of dries fast, so I'm gonna just hurry up and... That looks splotchy almost. Better on that side. Something over here just looks odd. Maybe it's my face. I don't know. But yeah, I can definitely use that as a very, very subtle like contour. Okay, cool. I can use them both. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna put my powder on, do my other makeup, and we'll come back and see how everything's looking, and we will finish with the diamond dust, see how we like it. All right, so I did powder, bronzer, blush, everything to finish my base, and everything went down really, really nice and smooth. My face looks smooth. I mean, it does look matte, but it doesn't look dry, and it doesn't feel dry. I can only imagine, if you don't normally have super dry skin, I can only imagine like as the day goes on, probably gonna look better unless this is totally awful and it just makes your makeup break apart in hours. So I don't usually do check-ins because I have a full house and it's just not possible most times. But I will leave an update of how everything wore throughout the day, how my foundation looked, all that stuff. But let's finalize with the Diamond Dust from Physicians Formula. I think this is the only shade. It's in Starlit Glow. Online, I was so excited because I'm like, oh, this looks so great. I haven't seen a new highlighter from Physicians Formula in a while. It has like a hint of pink to it. It's not like crazy, but I mean, it's definitely pink-ish. It's like champagne pink. So I haven't actually tried it yet, so I'm just I just so you know, I hate a pink highlighter. I just think it looks so stupid on me. It's not powder. It's harder than, it's similar to the Stila highlighters. So it's kind of wet and it's kind of not. I don't know what I'm saying, but we're gonna give it a try. It's very glittery though, so if you're not a glitter fan, like, looks are deceiving online. If you're not like super into glitter, then you probably aren't gonna like this. I mean, it's not overly pink, which again, I wish it was less pink, but it's not horribly pink. Like, I've had horrible pink, straight pink highlighters like this, but it is super glittery. So it's not bad though. Okay, so overall my thoughts are, right off the bat, I thought the concealer was actually pretty nice. I didn't really expect it not to be, honestly. I really liked the foundation, but it went bad super fast. Like, I might have gotten 3 months of use out of it before it started to like really oxidize. I will play around with the other deeper one and try to kind of use it more so for contour. This I'm most likely gonna pass on because, I mean, it's fine, but I really don't see myself reaching for it. This is very pretty. I'll definitely try more of them. I hear the Walking on Eggshells has added more colors to this version, so I think I'm gonna try that one too. This I actually was surprised. It's actually really nice, but unfortunately it does seem to really soak up the product. So I wouldn't recommend using this with like your expensive foundations. If you have like drugstore stuff you don't really care about that much, this would probably be worth giving a try to. But it is really nice feeling. It did a beautiful job. Like, even though it did leave a few of the circle marks, they blended out really easily. And so far, I mean, for a matte primer, which I'm so not about, my face looks really nice. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but like everything looks really smooth and it does look blurred, and I'm pretty happy so far. Keep an eye out for the update of how it wore the rest of the day. I'm always very honest in my reviews. So if you want to find out, just check the pinned post in the comment section. And if you want to know other things I'm wearing on my face, I always list it in the description box below. So that was it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.